Pocketcast. It's just two guys.
Yeah, dude, that's it. You're listening to Pocketcast. It really is just two guys.
That's us.
That's it. They're just two guys. Just two guys. Fuck yeah, that's the intro.
I'm a guy. You're a guy.
We're just guys. We're just a
Two
couple of guys.
Yeah.
We sometimes talk about some games.
Sometimes we make schemes on how to monetize
fetishes.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, we're the next Dr. Johns.
Dude, honest. Okay, but like, pretty sure that's worth some shit.
Respect to that franchise.
Yeah,
I feel like they're probably the first, like, that I can think of. Right, they're the first big sex store.
I feel like whether or not you've ever been inside of or made a purchase at a Dr. John's,
if you hear
no
Dr.
one actually
John's,
has to explain to you what a Dr. John's is.
Yeah, absolutely. From childhood, your dad might make a joke about Dr. John's or something, and like you're just like, that's
yeah, that definitely wasn't my experience.
Not your experience, I'm sure not.
Like,
I bet your dad knows what a Dr. John's is, though.
I shudder to think. My memory of at least the existence of Dr. John's in whatever capacity runs deep.
Yeah, well, you lived in like Loveland, and there's one in Fort Collins.
Yeah,
right?
dude.
So,
yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
And I've been in there.
So the bar that I used to hang out in Fort Collins, Krankenstein, was next to Dr. John's.
That's right,
it
dude.
sat right next.
Literally
to it.
right.
So if you're outside smoking cigarettes, you were just watching so many different people, and you'd be sitting out there having some good conversation, smoking cigarettes. So you'd be out there for a while, and then after a while, it just became a pastime of like
just watch people go in and out,
and see who goes in. Like, what do you think? Like, what do you?
Yeah, just like, what do you think they're getting?
Yeah, because all different walks of life walk into Dr. John's.
Oh yeah, dude.
That was so much fun. I missed that. That was a good time.
Back when I feel like I could keep my social anxiety at bay with, just the now obsolete childlike wonder at the existence of all mankind, aimlessly wandering around this weird ball of existence.
Yeah, curiosity.
Yeah, once the 9-to-5 killed that spark of joy within me, now I hate being around people. But like back then when it was all new and fresh, I fucking loved people watching.
Yeah.
And I still do, mostly because there's not much else to do sometimes, but most of the joy is gone.
I think I still really enjoy it because I live in such a small town. There's not a lot of people watching. When you live in a small town, there's not people walking around as much.
No, but when there are, though, that's some good shit.
Sometimes, yeah, there are some really good ones to watch. And then there's other ones where it's just me walking to work, or something. But
I always wonder, though, because, like, I see somebody walking around, and it's never inappropriate attire. It's always, like...
Depends on the neighborhood.
15 below, and here's a dude in cargo shorts and, like, flip-flops. And like a trench coat.
At 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m., dude.
Absolutely.
And just far enough from pretty much anything that has public access, you're like, are you going to die out here? Like, are you straight up, man? Like, am I going to read about you 2 weeks from now after they finally report about it in the newspaper?
I just feel really bad that I didn't do anything.
Yeah, dude. I always wonder.
I felt that way when I was driving back into town the other day. And there was this snowstorm. It was yesterday, and there was that snowstorm going on. And there was this little car in front of me, and they were going the speed limit, and all of a sudden threw on their hazards.
Oh, okay.
And were just slowing down. It just seemed like they didn't know how to drive in the snow. Fucking truck, like a big truck.
I already know exactly where you're going with this. Yep.
Passed us. Like, I was behind him, and it passed both of us and went around in front of it. So I'm kind of like... feeling like, am I pressuring this guy? Like, should I go around him? Am I making him just bad driving in the snow worse by staying behind him? Because I'm trying to stay behind him now.
Yeah.
Just to be helping out if something's going on.
Sure,
right?
sure.
And then I fucking go around him. I start driving off, and he starts fishtailing.
What? How fast were y'all going?
Like, we were on the highway. It was 65, but he was probably going 60.
Oh, okay.
And then had slowed down a bit. we both just passed him. And then when we were driving on the road, there's no reason to fishtail. This person had no clue how to drive in the fucking
Lord.
shitty roads.
Sure.
And so now I'm driving on it, and I just see these fucking tail lights.
Just like flickering either side of the headlights.
I'm like, oh no, this person's gonna die. And I know that there's a fucking plow coming too.
Oh, Lord.
Behind us.
Oh, boy. God, that poor bastard.
Yeah.
Really got us cut that day.
Yeah, so I had that exact feeling of like, I do not want to read about this in the fucking newspaper.
I know, dude. You remember that story? Dude, it was a while ago. I don't remember when. It was right after we had one of those snap blizzards that just fucked everything super hard. Like, zero visibility, and it was just crazy. But then it was, like, gone by, like, 10 a.m. the next day because the sun just came out, and it was just like, everything's gone now. But some dude, like, just drove off the shoulder, and his car got stuck, and it was just outside of town, like on 385, I think.
Yeah.
And they sent people out looking for him, but, like, visibility was so shit. And they just could not find or see him, and he fucking froze to death.
That's insane.
Dude, thawed by 10 a.m.
Freezing to death has got to be the craziest. And also, thawed by 10 a.m. Do you think
Wild, right?
that if you thawed just 2 hours earlier, you would have been close enough, like, at death's door and not death's door, that you would unthaw and come back to life? I've always wondered if this is what homeless people feel in the winter. When they're passing out, they're like, oh, this is it. This is the last time that I'm going to fall asleep. Like, I'm dying. I'm going to freeze to death in my sleep. And then they wake up and they're like, oh, I didn't die. But maybe they did die for just a couple minutes. And then it warmed back up. And then they're...
Jesus.
That sits with me. I think about that sometimes.
Pocketcast. It's just two guys.
And sometimes depressing.
Yeah, sometimes it's a depressisode.
This episode is going to transform on you, though.
Oh, it's not a depressisode.
It's an Autobots Decepticons episode.
Oh.
We are fully dedicating an episode to me talking about Transformers.
Yeah, it's about time. You deserve it.
I don't know anything about Transformers.
Dude,
really.
I don't either, bro.
I know Beast Wars. That's it. I watched my 52 episodes. I can talk Beast Wars. And I'm really sad to say there are no Beast Wars games on the DS.
That's unfortunate.
That's why we had to settle for... this is the first Transformers movie that Michael Bay does.
That sounds right.
This is the games that came out alongside that movie. There is Transformers Autobots and Transformers Decepticons, but they are kind of the same game. We're going to kind of talk about it because I haven't talked to you about this game at all yet.
No.
And I think we got a similar distance. I'm curious to see. I'm sure there's ways that they could make this go both ways.
Yeah.
But one of, like, some of my earlier... My first mission is like stop the Decepticons from attacking this thing.
I have a feeling I know what the story split is. I think I know when it happens. And I'm curious. Yeah, I'm also curious to know of your experience as well.
Straight out of the gate.
Yep.
This is, I'm gonna say, a hidden gem.
It's pretty good.
It's really threw me for a loop. I was not expecting it to give me this much pleasure.
Dude, it's what's it called? It's GTA Mobile Edition Transformers on the DS.
Yeah, absolutely. And it totally encourages free play. Like, it tells you so many times, in free play, you can access everything. And I kept being like, what the fuck is free play? I don't see that option. And then realize
you are in free play.
I'm in free play. I can just run around and I don't have to keep doing the mission. Like, you choose to pick up the mission. Otherwise, you're around the city. Go scan all the cars and see which ones you can transform into. And then what their robot form is like, because they all have different weapons and shit. Oh, I found the flame truck really early on.
Nice. That's a good one, dude.
That's awesome. And it looks cool.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the different vehicles. Some of them are just like crazy unassuming. Yeah. Did you find the fucking sports car, like the rally car?
I don't think so.
Bro, that thing, I'm not gonna lie, dude, like all the vehicles are pretty fucking slow and chunky. And then Like every once in a while, you'll find like just a slightly faster than average car. Bro, this thing, it's I don't know if a rally car is the right term for it, but it was like a racer, like a street car, and I just saw it drive past, and I fucking 180'd. I was like, that looked cool. Most of the like car models are like, it's a fucking sedan,
great truck.
Yeah, it's a box truck. Yeah, all that. It's pretty normal.
And then you see the car come flying by.
Yeah, I was like,
it's just
oh,
the
that one was
brightness
cool.
in gray, yeah.
Yeah, I popped that one, and I immediately switched to it because like most of them, I'm like, oh, meh.
Yep.
That one though, pop that thing on, dude. That thing, it's fast as fuck, and like because there's a drift mechanic when you're driving. It ain't terrible.
No, at first I hated it.
Yeah.
And then I figured it out, and it is super fun, super arcadey driving. You are stuck to the ground, right?
Yeah.
It has that feeling of just like there are no mechanics for this car to flip. I don't
Right. No, you just stuck. You're stuck to the ground.
Yeah,
and it's pretty great.
sliding around those fucking corners. In my version, you eventually get to play as Bumblebee.
Oh,
damn, that's our producer.
Thanks, Jack.
Working hard.
Yeah, working hard for those. What do you call the sound engineer? The Foley artist? Yeah, man. Sometimes I should just like hold on to it for just a teensy weensy second and try to think about what I'm about to say before I start just like word vomiting to get to that point. But then maybe I wouldn't get there at all.
I don't think I would get there. I think I need my word vomit
That's
to get
fair.
there.
You know what? I have to respect the process.
Respect the process. Trust the
Yeah,
process.
he's a Foley master. It's just a shit one.
Anyways, you get to play as Bumblebee.
That's
And
fucking dope.
You're playing as the Camaro. That thing is fucking a blast to take around corners.
Hell
just
yeah,
ripping
dude.
shit through the city. I looked into the reception of this game, and the immediate reviews were okay.
Right.
But you look at people's comments nowadays on it, and it seems like a lot of people, the few people that played it and are talking about it,
Yeah.
really enjoyed this game.
Yeah, it's a pretty, like, as far as the gameplay goes, super simple. There's not a heck of a lot to it. It's kind of like a beat 'em up sort of shooter.
Gears of War-ish. Like,
yeah,
in the sense,
third
not
person with like slight
third-person
lock on.
shooter, not Gears of War.
Yeah.
Third-person shooter with the lock-on. That lock-on makes such a difference.
Oh, it does, especially with the bumper camera controls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes a second, at least for my brain, to remember that L and R are my looking, and left and right are my strafe.
Yeah.
But it works really well once you get it down. You start dodging the shots coming at you.
Yeah, and that's essentially the gameplay loop is you're just dodging shots, nuking shit out.
I had a lot of missions, though, where I went in, balls to the wall, did it wrong, had to come back at the mission and, like, okay, attack this group over here.
Yeah.
Rush over here, attack this. Like, make sure you're not hiding a bunch of people with you.
Right.
And then you have, like, fucking huge gang of people. Next thing you know, there's, like, 10 shots coming at you from all over the screen, and you're dead.
Yeah.
It's not the most forgiving game. It is.
It's not. Can I also say that it's finally a GTA, like another GTA, not actually, but title that has the justice aggro system, right? You get so many stars after fucking so much shit up, and then the fucking cops and the FBI and all them, start chasing you down with various levels of intensity. Holy fuck, dude! Those guys mean fucking business.
Yeah, they do.
And they all shoot like hit scan. They don't have like arcing projectiles like a lot of the
Decepticons or Autobots. Your
depending
enemy.
on which,
Yeah.
And they will, if you don't respect them, they will fuck you up.
Absolutely. That's where I ran into a lot of my problems at.
Yeah,
You're on a mission.
Biggest difficulty.
You have to deal with Decepticons, and you accidentally just killed somebody, like a pedestrian car.
Oh yeah,
or what have you. And then you've now got these cops on your ass whose shots are accurate and they're strong. Fuck the Decepticons. They're not bothering me at all.
They're fucking pussies comparatively. Like, you fuck them up all day,
These
no
humans
problem.
mean fucking business.
Dude, seriously. I thought that was hilarious, dude. I'm like, oh, that's... Oh, I mean, it was annoying, but I was like, man, That's awesome.
It is.
That's fucking awesome.
And it's your only interaction, really. And this is what I'd seen. A comment that was made, that it was a comment that I made last week, where I had said that I want a Transformers movie with no humans in it.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
100%.
There's no humans. It's a story totally about the whoever side you're on and what they're going through.
Right.
Kind of in the background of the movie. And it's so funny because at first I didn't notice it. I was enjoying the story. At first I thought it was really cheesy. And then all of a sudden the voice acting really got me. It's got the voices
It's pretty
from
decent
the movie.
fucking voice acting.
It's
yeah.
the voices from the movie. That's
right.
why. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's like...
But again, that DS sound quality fucking coming through pretty swell.
On the Autobots one, there is a huge annoyance.
Oh, no.
Because Bumblebee doesn't have a voice box.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And so he uses, like, radio stuff.
Right.
And that's fine when he uses the radio cuts. Those are whatever. But there's other times where there's just, like, static. And it's the worst static noise coming through those speakers. Yeah, it's frustrating.
That is rough. Fuck that.
Besides that, though, this was a really cool game. I was really just so taken back by...
Yeah. Did you get to the helicopter missions?
Yes.
Sick.
I didn't think we were going to get helicopters.
Also, I just assumed you had a helicopter mission as well.
Yeah, I do.
Can we circle back, actually? Because I do want to talk about where I think the story split occurred.
Sure.
All right, so from my perspective, game starts, you fucking smack into the ground, right? And then I end up meeting up with... Was it fuck, I can't remember all their fucking names. Barricade, I think it was. Anyway, I think Starscream sent me down, and I'm supposed to link up with Barricade, and he's supposed to get me trained up and shit, but I'm also supposed to keep an eye on Barricade because Starscream's a sketchy motherfucker. And then we are
immediately in different stories.
Immediately, you show up and I kill you.
So Starscream sends you down.
Yeah.
First thing you do is kill me.
Yeah, dude. A couple of Autobots show up, including you specifically. Not like your actual character, but
the new Autobot.
Yeah, it's this new unnamed Autobot that shows up, and you just fucking murk him down.
God, I wonder if you were one of the first people that I killed then, because I don't remember the story. I wasn't paying that much attention
at the beginning. Sure, yeah.
I started paying more attention later on.
I had to go back.
That's so funny. I wish I knew that now. But my first mission is to go in. I mean, I'm just sent in from, I think, like, Optimus is like sending me down, or I'm getting sent down. My first contact is like Optimus, and the dude that plays. By the way, what did you name your character?
Link.
I named mine Pocket.
Pocket?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And so,
all right, nice.
I'm sent down, and I'm supposed to connect with Ironsides or Iron Sights. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's Ironsides.
Okay.
So he's the like person that's coaching me along, like
like Barricade.
Barricade is for you.
Sick.
And then I also meet up with Bumblebee, and I'm just meeting up with all the Autobots basically.
Nice.
And just Optimus is kind of telling us things that we have to do.
Okay.
And then after a while, my first boss fight is against Starscream.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. You don't totally kill him. He like takes off after you. It's a fucking hard boss fight.
That's okay. That's cool.
Yeah. That was pretty. That was a fun one. And in that boss fight, I believe you're playing as your teacher, the Ironsides guy. Because that happens a lot for mine, where all of a sudden you're playing as Bumblebee, or you're playing as...
playing different like key characters. Yeah.
And I got to... If you've played this game, you're going to laugh at how far we didn't get, I think. I got to a mission where I am no longer in a helicopter. I am Bumblebee now.
Okay.
And now you have to go to like base area and destroy some cannon turret things.
Okay.
And then from there you have to go back to the courthouse in town.
Okay.
And take out a bunch of other turrets that are, I don't know
Sure.
why.
All
I think
right.
someone's trying to get in, and the turds are gonna fuck them up because like more Autobots have to come into that area. Maybe
Okay,
is what
okay,
it was.
sure.
Because you're taking out human defenses at that point. You're not dealing with Decepticons. You're just dealing straight with the military.
Huh. You had to, okay. Well, yeah, we talked about 5 to
And
defend
so
off
then
the
there's
humans.
another
Okay.
thing of where I think that we couldn't be playing the same game, is that when I am in the helicopter mission, I'm escorting the military. Who are you escorting?
Oh, I'm not escorting shit.
You're
I'm
just trying
going-
to fuck up the escort?
Yeah, we're fucking shit up. No, there is no escort.
You're
I
just
remember.
fucking shit up the whole time in your game, or what?
Yeah. No, that's like it's go here, kill these guys. Go here, fuck that shit up.
Man,
Go
that
here,
one
blow this
sounds
shit
more
up.
fun.
It was pretty cool. So again, kind of hard because like every turn, like no matter what I do, I'm pulling like stars from the police and shit.
Oh.
So they're always pulling up, and then I'm just like doop doop, peace.
Get in your car.
I'm out.
and try
Yeah,
to
just
hide.
like blow off.
Did you
yeah.
ever? I did this where I couldn't get away from them, and so I just jumped on top of a building and turned into a car.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's how I did.
Did you
that.
take any damage?
No. Why would you take damage?
Yeah, good point. Why, like from falling?
No. Why would?
Because you jumped off, or you would just jump off and then turn into a car on the ground, not like
Yeah,
do it
but you also
midair.
don't take damage from jumping.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
don't think.
true.
You're a giant robot.
Yeah.
I thought as I was playing this game, this shouldn't have been a Transformers game though, because it's very tank controls, which I'm fine with. Once you get a feel for tank controls,
Yeah.
they're fine. You enjoy it. It fits the game usually. But for me, Transformers are really fast moving robots. They're not like when I think of a slow moving big robot, I'm thinking of mechs, right?
Yeah.
Not
no,
a
for
transformer.
sure.
Transformer is like a fast, living, moving, breathing creature that's also a machine.
Right.
Right.
No, I think I would agree with that with my very, very limited knowledge.
You never seen the movies?
No, I have seen the first two. Maybe the first. I don't remember.
I always remember
Definitely
the
was
first
the
one, but I
first
can't
two.
think of what the second one's
Yeah,
about,
it was,
really.
Yeah, LaBeouf and Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pivotal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bumblebee, you know.
Yeah. Classic
Everyone
Bumblebee.
loves Bumblebee.
Yeah. The movies were cool. I remember.
Yeah.
Seeing those and just thinking like that.
That's
was
fun.
That was pretty tight. That was
Yeah.
fun. As they went on, I remember being much less interested and being like, all right, kind of old hat, you know?
Yeah. Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, oh, well, it was fun before I knew about it. And then, okay, I have other content that I'd rather spend my time with, but.
Did Michael Bay also do the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
The new one?
The newer ones that would have been like 2015.
I don't know. Maybe.
I said newer and then realized I also just said 9 years ago.
Yeah. So not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Time's a bitch, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of time, we're coming up on our birthday as far as the podcast goes. Pocketcast birthday.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. A year.
A year of Pocketcast.
I can't believe we've been. Honestly, I'm impressed that we stuck with it. I didn't know if we would.
I'm glad that you did.
I'm glad. Yeah.
And I'm
it's
glad
been
that
fun.
I have as well.
Yeah, it's been a good time.
Even now, there are times where I have questions of like, why this console? Like, I love it,
Yeah.
right? But it's the least accessible to play. Like, you have to play the DS. You can play some games on your phone. You can play some games on the computer. Even.
Sure.
But you are
Emulation can only take you so far.
Yeah, you really having the
Yeah.
physical DS is a different for so many games. Did you play it on your phone or on your DS with this one?
I'm not gonna lie. I cherry picked this one. I played it on my phone and then connected an Xbox controller to my phone, and then used that. And
Then just touched whenever you needed to use the.
yeah, I just like reach up and boop because I
Oh.
think there was some touch only controls. And so
Yeah,
I played
there's
that way.
your transform and your scan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it.
I think so.
Some other
Maybe
like,
some menu options.
yeah, could be, but I mean for the most part, like that was pretty simple. It worked really well actually.
That's Yeah, I could see that. This
It's
is
a very comfortable way to play the DS.
But there's just there's a lot of games where they're like, I'm looking at this where it's like, if you were to do a retro podcast, you could do the Super Nintendo, and you could play that sitting on your couch on the TV.
Oh,
There's so many different consoles and libraries that you could go through that are just easier to play. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad that we are doing this one. I love the DS so much, and it's really
it's just complicated enough to like work for us.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's not too simple of games.
No,
is that
some
what you
of
mean?
them are.
When you say it's just complicated enough?
I just meant like how you spoke about like it's not the most accessible type of platform.
It's just complicated enough.
Yes, yeah, it's just because I wouldn't say niche or anything like that because it's truly not.
It's truly not. It's one of the best selling consoles of all time.
Yeah. Maybe now, just with it being 2024 and all, but I mean
that's what makes it niche.
I guess.
Is it niche or
yes?
Nietzsche.
It's definitely not that one. Unless you're talking about
Nietzsche.
like Ceviche Nietzsche.
Is Nietzsche the guy that like
Nietzsche?
Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My reference from this is Blazing Saddles, and I always had a feeling that guy was saying it wrong, like comedically, like he's in the Wild West quoting
Nietzsche.
Yeah.
Blazing Saddles.
I showed you that movie.
Yeah. Was that you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I was gonna put it on, and you were like, "Man, that's such a funny movie." Blah blah. So you made some comments about it, and I put it on, and we were moments into the movie, and you were cracking up. You're like, "I've never seen this movie. I have no idea." And I was like, "Oh, I grew up." That was, I think, an embarrassment of my dad's. I remember my sister and I would quote that movie in public when we were kids.
Okay.
And he'd be like, "Don't
fucking.
You can't.
Yeah,
you
dude.
can't quote this movie yet." I understand
you
it's funny, but
enough.
you're not old enough to have seen that movie. People can't know that you watched that. And not only had we seen it, but like we loved Blazing Saddles. We used to watch that movie a lot. Not only until I became much older did I see all the everything about it. It is a fucking blast.
It is a great movie. I need to watch it, honestly. I haven't seen it in such a long time.
I wish that we were segueing into a Western game right now, but we aren't.
Dude, I would love it. I think, because obviously I didn't see that until much older.
Yeah.
As we just discussed. But I think my version of that probably would have been the Three Amigos. Martin Short, Chevy Chase,
Dean Martin, not Dean Martin,
Steve Martin. Close. They had the same hair color.
Yeah, they're both snazzy old guys, right?
Oh,
Steve Martin's probably definitely dead by the time that movie was made, but I don't know. Is he still kicking?
I don't think so.
Someone just released an album with more modern female vocalist. Was it Lady Gaga? Lady Gaga and Dean Martin. Lady Gaga and some old singer guy, one of these guys that you love, the Rat Pack fuckers. The Rat fuckers.
Dude, it's the Rat Pack. What's not the love?
Nothing. I'm just saying that you should know this information.
Oh, dude, I'm so unplugged right now. If it's not on TikTok, I don't fucking know.
It's on Spotify. It's close enough.
I don't browse Spotify. I go to my lo-fi playlist and I hit play. I go to my podcast and I hit play.
Spotify is always trying to show me the cool stuff. It's like, hey man, I know you don't think I'm cool, but check this thing out that I found for you. Like, all right, Spotify, you're kind of cool. Kind of.
Dude, Lady Gaga Rat Pack, no matches.
Just go to her albums. Give me your phone.
Oh, I'm accidentally searching my browser history or my tab history, not my fucking. Jesus
go
Christ.
onto Spotify.
Nah.
I hate you.
Tony Bennett.
That
makes sense.
Is he in the Rat Pack?
Or
is he just an old guy singer?
He's a classic.
He's a classic. Name three.
What?
Three songs.
3 songs by Tony Bennett?
Yeah.
Fuck off. I'm not your monkey. I'm not gonna dance for you. Fuck off, dude.
Dance.
Okay, dude, get your own Google account. Yeah, so Tony Bennett apparently.
So definitely not Dean Martin. He's absolutely dead.
Oh, I didn't look that up.
But he's for
probably
sure dead. I feel like
I
if
think
our
so.
grandparents are dead,
Well, like just grandparents or
Just-
great grandparents?
grandparents.
Brother, I am massively unequipped for this conversation.
I'm just saying, if these old people can
I still
die-
have grandparents that are alive though too, so I feel like that's worth mentioning.
But do you have any that are dead?
Yeah, but then there's just like people that are just also dead, like, arbitrarily, like just dead people.
That's a fair point. I'm talking
Now,
about...
if the point was everyone's grandparents are dead because they're so old, that might lend itself some credibility.
What generation can you guarantee that their grandparents are dead? I'm gonna say boomers. For
I'm gonna
sure,
remind
right?
you of
Baby
my-
boomers guarantee that their grandparents are dead.
Dude, I don't know the.
Can't
I
guarantee
keep
that,
the
really,
generation. I don't know
because,
which one's which.
Like, be like 15, right? Like,
What? 15?
like you had a kid at
generation?
15. Yeah,
Oh.
they have a kid at 15.
No, yeah, no. Generations are. I just don't remember which one by which name is represented in which order.
Oh, baby boomers are like my dad.
I'm not asking to be educated right now. I appreciate your generosity,
Willingness,
though.
yeah.
Or take however you want the
Absolutely.
compliment, you can
Yeah,
have
man.
it.
I never know what you don't know. You know,
Dude, there's so much I don't. I fake most of it.
you never know what you don't know that you don't know.
But sometimes you know what you don't.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes you
Sometimes
know
you
that you
do
know
know.
you don't know what you don't know, though. Oh?
But then you become, it's almost like the largeness of a hole, right? The hole just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Is it a thing or is it a lack of a thing? Either way,
Ooh, that's a ooh.
it's getting bigger.
Like zero.
Yes,
Fuck zero,
like
dude.
zero, dude. Fuck zero. I love zero. I love
Zero,
it. It's
zero
just-
can get fucked.
It's a
dude.
great, terrifying idea, you know.
I much prefer.
Absence
I
of something.
prefer null to zero.
The absence of something is so much.
I like the
better.
designation of emptiness.
I was watching anime the other day, and they had the name of like a cigarette brand. And I think it was like Gloom Heaven or Pleasant Heaven, something like that. I was like, sick band name, dude. That'd be a great band name. And then I started thinking, I bet all the cigarette names that you see, or like you can make so many cool band names and whatnot from the random English name signs that you see in animes. Do you know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
just like the randomly spliced together,
like
juxtaposed
advertisements.
words.
Yeah,
love that shit.
It's so good.
Yeah, I would totally play in a band that's just ripped off of some knockoff
Cigarette brand.
or just
in
like
an anime.
T-shirt somewhere.
Their weird Coca-Cola knockoff. It's like still in the style of
Yeah,
Coca-Cola,
like if
but
you
it's
don't
called
pay
like
attention, it just
Kula
looks like
Cola or something like that.
Yeah. Kula.
Kula Kula, yeah.
Or fucking whatever. Yeah, dude. I love that
You
shit.
only do anime cover songs. He's got to work, man. Producer's got to produce.
He's got to produce, but like not while we're actively I mean, that would be sick if we could train him to do that. That'd be fucking dope, dude.
We would be the most popular podcast.
Dude, if we yeah. This sounds like a lot of fucking work, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even know how to do it.
I don't think it's even possible.
Therefore, I feel again.
They don't have thumbs. Not
But
opposable ones.
we could just take a mixer board or like something and just like fucking
Just teach them what
assign
buttons to
the-
push.
Yeah, put the fucking functions
What
on.
buttons do we push? We don't push any.
We would have to assign macros or something to it, and like
Oh, just give him some like sound clips that he can throw in.
yeah, dude.
But
we
they'd
could
have to
automate
be
it.
all like cat version of memes.
What?
Mm.
How would that work? I feel like you and I have visually constructed this idea very differently in our heads. Because what you have said does not align with the thing that I had going
so
on.
you get a physical soundboard, right?
Right.
And it's got all the different samples on it, so you can just like hit it and,
Yeah.
and be like goo 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 goosh.
Right.
Whereas that'd be that's like meow 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 meow.
Okay, yeah. He's just a soundboard activator.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. He could absolutely do that, but then it would just be a
Hundreds.
soundboard
of-
just going off all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
all the podcast would be. That's what the future is.
Dude, honestly, we would probably get more like listens. or downloads or whatever the fuck the metric's called.
I don't know. We're doing pretty good, and we thank you for that.
Yeah. Thanks for wasting your time with us. It was pretty dope.
And recommending us to your friends if that's something that you do.
Yeah, and if you don't,
I don't blame you.
oh, I was gonna say fuck you, but honestly,
No,
same.
dude. Do you recommend us to all of your friends?
No.
Yeah.
Fuck. Shit. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, thanks. Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, yeah. Thanks or thanks anyway. Yeah.
I like it.
It's a good point. I've been humbled. Humility
That's what
is
besties
refreshing.
are for.
Yeah, I
We're
appreciate
just
that.
two guys.
Just two guys. Two guys. Two guys. That's either the best thing or the absolute fucking worst.
I love it. It's our new catchphrase.
Our new catchphrase?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm getting it tattooed.
I was gonna put it on a T-shirt, but
That seems more reasonable.
you can go hard if you want.
I mean, fuck, I have been talking about how much I want more ink, for the last 12 years.
You have. Every time that I talk about getting a tattoo, you're like,
Shit, man,
I'm gonna get one too.
Also, man, and then I literally just never think about
I think every
I'm like,
time
man.
you've actually been like, nah, I don't like the one I have.
Honestly, I like that I have it just because it means I have it. But I'm like, fuck. Like, if I only ever have this one tattoo for the rest of my life, and I just don't want to ever tell people what it means because it's just so fucking gay.
It's vague and it's very
the good kind of gay.
It's cool though. It's a cool because isn't it just the number? It's just Roman numerals,
Yeah,
right?
BXLV. Fuck, I'm about to fucking explain it on here, aren't I?
You don't have to.
I know.
I'd love to hear it again because I think it's
Oh,
birthdays.
No, not even. It's just B45 in Roman numerals. It's
Why?
just a bomber plane.
Because you guys
It's just the name that we fucking devoted to this. Not even a club. Just the existence of like 4 mutual friends who thought we were shit. And then we were like, you know what? We're brothers. And we're going to get matching tattoos.
and we're the
As a sign of our brotherhood.
B45s.
B45, yeah.
That's cool.
I feel like it was David's idea.
It's cool because
David's is cool because David finished his. Like,
he has the bomber.
we all did our individual, like it all just said BXLV, excuse me, and like, just, fucking whatever font. Who fucking knows? But then like the customization, personalization, stylization, whatever is like up to the individual. David's the only one that I know of that got his actually finished, and it's a fucking full pauldron on his shoulder with a crow. It's fucking sick. He's even got a leather strap that goes like under like the top of his bicep all the way around his arm. It's pretty fucking cool. I'll give him that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, it's sick. And it wasn't like a full color piece, but I remember I'm pretty sure the strap, like the leather strap, was colored lightly, but it looked so fucking clean. That was cool.
It's cool, and I also find it really funny that there's then the Club 43.
Oh,
which
is that
another group of friends?
Yeah, that's the
have,
Discord
like,
boys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they all have that. They all have that same. It's just kind of their thing, right? Like,
dude, it's so funny because I've been, every time somebody says 47, by happenstance, because that's the score of the game, it's the number of the page, it's whatever. 47, 47, shout out. Everybody's shouting out 47,
is that what it is? Is it Club 47?
That's
Oh,
I
I
finally
said
figured out
43.
where
It's
it
40.
comes from. Oh, did you say 42?
I must have.
I think it's
it's
47.
43, but yeah,
Fuck, I hope it is,
Whatever
because
it is.
I linked those together and that became its permanent backstory in my head. So
it's just something that you guys shout out.
well, that's how I was introduced,
And that's
to
what-
it,
that's
not
what I've been
realizing
told.
that it was because of this, and I feel like it was like an in-game clan name or something, or some kind of like video game related
I
designation.
don't think so.
No?
I think I had asked Sam about it, and he had said it was just like one of those numbers that like you see all the time, and just like one of those things that they all just started shouting out to each other.
Is there actually like a professional gaming group, Club 47 or something like that?
No, I'm talking about our buddies.
Yeah. Okay. Bet.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I don't know. All of my memory has now just been absolutely shaken. Just completely, just like all confidence lost with that one tiny little sliver of infidelity in the seam of the foundation, and just it all crumbled to shit. So now I'm completely shaken. I have zero faith in my memory of the.
What do you
of
do
the matter.
when the foundation of your mentality crumbles?
Descent into madness. There was no other option. just lay back and accept.
Well, it's funny though that you guys have such a close number connection.
Oh Jesus,
And
45 and 47. I hate
You're
it.
2 numbers off from being the same fucking.
The coinky dink is unsettling.
It is.
Is it a quinky dink though?
It's
'Cause
not.
they're just
No,
close?
because it's 2 numbers off. It's
They're
not
not even the same
coincidence at
number,
all.
yeah.
No.
Mathematically, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be literally any other number if it's 2 numbers off.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, it's an okay tattoo. It's not great.
It's cool.
Yeah. I mean,
It's better than my worst tattoo.
Which one is your worst?
I don't know. I got a few bad ones.
You got a couple bad ones. Your read write need refreshed,
My read and write could use refreshing.
but those are cool tats.
I got those when I was 19.
Yeah, it's not. I remember that because because you were just a skinny naked white boy,
Yeah.
and I remember you walking around with these little hand tats, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And you're like, "I'm really into poetry." I was like, "Cool, dude.
All right.
You're cool. I like it." I was telling Alyssa about how you and I met this weekend, and I was like, because I was talking about like just the happenstance of our meeting and
That
just
is
how
very
unassuming.
happenstance.
Yeah, dude, just like our girlfriends wanted to go to the same party.
Not even my girlfriend.
No?
No, it was just she's just a friend that like at the time we were just like friends that went to school together, and
You and Sarah?
yeah, we were just going.
Oh, you weren't dating yet?
No.
Oh.
That was way down the line. Like we were like homies. I
Oh,
had the hots for your girlfriend at the time,
Oh, that's
and
fair.
I didn't know she had a boyfriend. Like I just she's just
Oh,
some chick.
damn. That sucks.
She
I
was
had
just
no
some
idea
chick
of
that
this.
we were meeting up with at the park. And, like it was her
no
friend.
Shit.
And then we were sitting there just bullshitting. And then she said something about her boyfriend. And I was like, all right. And then you walk up and it was like, oh, you're cool as fuck. I like this
That's so
dude.
fucking
I like
funny.
this dude. And then we just hung out for fucking ever after that.
Yeah, dude. I remember just like, I don't remember who hit up who, but like that next day.
Yeah, I don't
Just like, hey man, you want to hang?
Yeah.
Then we just hung out like all day.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah,
it.
that was it. Yeah, we were besties
it's
from
so
that point
fucking
on.
funny. Yeah, just like boom, okay. And like
Because then I
never
remember
once.
some point like Sarah had hit me up or something, and like she was like, "What do you got going on?" Blah blah. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Ed and I." Just like, what?
What? What? You guys are hanging?
out? Yeah, yeah, dude,
yeah,
we're
we're
like best
fucking
friends
tight
now.
now,
What do you
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, we're gonna spend a lot of time together in the future.
Yeah,
A long time.
a long time.
Yeah. Dude, wild.
Well, and you know what's funny too is I can't say that I'm surprised for whatever reason. Like,
Dude, it just works.
it just made sense. Like, it was like, yep, this dude's gonna be my like. From that point on, it was just someone that you're like, yep, we're best friends, and it just.
Dude, it's weird. Like, just like I've had like immediate friendships before and shit, but like I mean, I can think of a few cataclysmic breaks in my social existence where like my life just was like, well, this chapter is over.
Yes,
And there's a
and
very
all of
definitive
those
line
people are-
between yesterday and the rest of tomorrow on. You know new people now.
Yeah. You do have a few of those. Yeah.
I got a few of those,
Yeah.
yeah.
I made it through that.
Yeah, you made it through a pretty significant one because you literally took me with you.
Yeah, that
You're
was,
like,
yeah.
you're like, dude, come fucking move in, come live to Nebraska with me,
Yeah,
dude. I was
fucking
like,
what else do you got
Nebraska?
going on?
I don't want to fucking live in Nebraska.
Yeah, but
It was pretty tight.
that line worked. What
Yeah,
else
dude.
you got going on?
Yeah, I was like, well, I was probably gonna sleep in a park for a couple weeks. I don't know.
Yeah. Here we are.
Don't miss, dude. I
In
always
your
think about
house.
Yeah, dude, weird shit, dude. I know, crazy. Yeah, dude, spent my last $800 getting out here and stuff, and then
What's so wild is that $800 felt like so much money.
dude, I was like, bro, we got
We
$800.
got $800.
We are
We're
gonna fucking
kings.
ball out, dude.
We did.
That lasted for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Jesus,
We were frugal, man.
dude, life was much simpler
Sure
and
was.
hotter and colder and smellier.
There was a photo that came up that I sent to our group chat that was of our first house here in Sydney.
Oh, yeah,
Where
the
like
forest.
Corey's dancing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we didn't have an Xbox, and this is like such modern times that we like. I think the Xbox One may have been out, or
yeah, because I mean, it was a long time ago, but not like a long time ago.
And so like we were just like we really were just like fucking. We didn't need shit though. We had some fun parties with just the stereo and a bunch of booze.
Yeah, you can plug your phone into that thing or put in the CD.
Yeah, I don't think you could even plug your phone in.
I think you're right. I think it was just CDs.
Yeah.
We didn't have a TV.
No.
We didn't have.
I think we had a TV, but it wasn't plugged into anything.
That might be. Yeah, that might be true. I remember it was so fucking cold that like those first few nights or that first couple weeks, we had to have that space heater.
Mm-hmm.
We were all just like as if we lived in a garage.
And we'd open up the stove and turn the stove on.
Well, that's when they shut our fucking heat off.
Oh yeah.
In the middle of winter. Because I remember I had to take a shower before work. Well, we didn't have water. We didn't have hot water.
We didn't have hot water because our gas went out, right? But we still had the electric stove.
So that big ass bowl I used to make Jello shots. Fill that bitch up with water, dude. Put it in the oven for 20 minutes, and then like butt naked, shivering, like on the cold floor of the kitchen with oven mitts on, just carrying this steaming bowl of water and just setting it in the fridge, and then grabbing a cup, and then just.
I drove past that house tonight, and they had a window open and the lights are on, and I had to like look in while driving past. They moved the fridge into the kitchen. Do you remember the fridge used to be in the walk-in? Because there was the back door came into like
shit,
like it was like a mud room.
Yeah.
And that's where the fridge was at. That. Yeah. And it was always so cold.
It was such a bitch. Yeah, it was. It was always cold as fuck right there. Dude, I remember the spiders in the basement. Holy fuck.
This is going to be the second time. I just realized this is the second time we've talked about this house on the podcast.
Yeah, it is.
It's a pinnacle part of
that was a big growing up for us, young men.
We played a lot of Shovel Knight, too. That was the other funny thing. Is like I think our schedules were just off from each other where we weren't seeing each other at all, really. And we were both playing Shovel Knight on the same 3DS that just sat on the couch.
Yeah, just pick it up. That
was our only console.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man, those were days, bro. I remember filling out that application for Cabela's that first time. And, like, I think I was trying to print some shit out. But, like, I just remember it was a pain in the dick just to fill out an application because shit was so fucked.
Because we didn't have a computer.
I think I had like an old ass laptop that like I had to piece together to somehow survive, and it just barely fucking worked, and it was dog shit, and I had to restart the application like 4 times or something, but I finally got it in. Now I'm thinking like, shit, bro, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
We're doing all right.
I go to the store like at least every other week. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, for real.
Holy
Your fridge is for more than just beer.
Oh shit! I know. It's been a while since I've even had beer in there. Actually, I think there might be a beer in there because I'm pretty sure one rolled off one of the shelves and like behind
it's
like the crisper
somewhere.
drawer. I was just like,
Sometimes if someone really needs a beer, I've got one.
Yeah, I was like, I can still close the drawer all the way, so whatever.
We'll live.
It'll be fine. I'll get it out when I clean, like just spring clean the refrigerator. Totally. Yeah.
Totally.
Although actually, I might do that.
What you'll do then is have a beer while you're cleaning out.
Yeah, I'll be like, score.
Good job, past me.
Yeah, dude, I love that. Past me, leaving future me, fucking
sometimes
gifts.
Time isn't a bitch.
Sometimes time's pretty nice.
Sweet, sweet, tender, loving woman.
Oh, I always think of it like this is some time machine shit. Almost like I knew that one day I was gonna forget about it and I was gonna need this thing, like that $10 or whatever,
You ever seen Bill and Ted's Bogus or Excellent Adventure?
I've seen both.
They are excellent movies.
They are fantastic.
They do that great where it's like, I'm going to remember to do this and I'll come back in time and do all this shit. And so they have it all set up already. That's so, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Well, that idea of time travel and be like, well, if I were to say that I do it and then I remember doing it and it's already done and we never have to do the thing to begin with and then all of a sudden it's just done. Like, I mean, okay, but like...
you really
Fuck
create
you.
a lot of plot holes.
Yeah.
And there's like, well, can't you just end the movie at the beginning then and all
Or
that?
the end. Here's the beginning, and here's the end.
Yep.
You're welcome.
That is it.
We don't need the rest. It never happened. Oh, man. Yeah, dude, life's crazy. Just like Transformers.
Transformers are crazy. Can you imagine?
I really want... Okay, so I was doing some reading on, like, some of the characters, like Starscream, because, like, I'm not super familiar with the lore, and so from the Decepticons' perspective, Starscream's calling the shots, and he's, like, the second in command, right? You got
Right.
Megatron, he's the big King Kong bitch for the
Mhm.
biggie baddies, but he's, like... We don't know where he's at. Come to find out, like, the humans have him. He's in Antarctica on ice or whatever the fuck, and he's been moved to whatever. Who gives a shit? But it's like revealed like Starscream is actually gunning for him, and he's gonna fucking kill Megatron. I was like, whoa, what?
So,
And then there's like this almost like, well, the true spirit of Decepticons and their values, and I'm like, wait, hold on, what? So I was looking some shit up, and they described Starscream as like this. He's always trying to assassinate Megatron and assume power, but he always gets kind of swatted away, and they have this back and forth, and like he's almost yet such an insignificant fly to Megatron. He's kind of amusing kind of thing, but then it's like it describes Starscream as being like bloodthirsty and brutal, and I'm like, what? And like there was just shit that was going on in the background. I started digging into some of the lore because I was like, this sounds kind of interesting, and I've not honestly ever really thought of Transformers as interesting. Cool, but not interesting.
that is a big thing. So, the way that the Decepticons work is a chain of command that comes from the strongest person.
Right.
So, it doesn't matter who you are. If you come in and take out Megatron, who is not like the leader of all... Is he the leader of all Decepticons? Does it say... Is he the... Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe...
You've got some defectors.
Yeah. So he's the leader of all Decepticons. But if anyone takes him out, they become that leader, right? They just take overpower. Everyone will immediately respect him. Starscream is also very successful in the shit that he does. When he's not trying to fuck over Megatron,
True, yeah.
he's
a bad
bloodthirsty and
bitch.
he's a bad motherfucker. But he can't take out Megatron. And after so many times, I think Megatron is just like you said, amused by it.
Yeah.
And when they portray Megatron in Beast Wars, and they have those that constantly happening, because it's a constant thing in Beast Wars where somebody is
trying to challenge.
Yeah,
the Prime.
Yeah, not in Autobots. Autobots don't do that.
Yeah, no, I just meant like
the Prime,
no,
like, yeah.
Not Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Might be.
So it happens all the time. He seems slightly amused by it, kind of annoyed. Also, Megatron is a smart fucking dude, so he's way ahead. He sees every single henchman that's trying to fuck him over, and he knows what they're doing, and he's plotting them in his own way.
It seemed more interesting. I feel like
I'm sure there's way more to it. That's just my understanding of it from Beast Wars. And Beast Wars and Transformers, I'm sure, are like, because Starscream does have an appearance in Beast Wars, but it's only for like an episode. And there is the comment where Dinobot, we've talked about him before, he defects from the Decepticon,
comes over to the
types.
Autobots.
Yeah. Whatever they are. Sure.
Yeah.
He says that he is his like ancestor.
Okay, yeah.
And that makes so much sense because from the very first episode, he's trying to take out Megatron and take over power, and then instantly tries to take out Optimus to get power. And they're like, that won't even work. Like, even if you did that, none of us here respect you. Like, we're not going to follow your command.
You idiot. You
you don't take over. You just killed him, and then we're going to kill you. That's all that would happen there.
I feel like I could probably really get into the comics. I feel like that would probably be the best way to delve.
I would think so. Sometimes, though, comics can be so cheesy.
Oh, really?
I love me some comics, but there are times where you're just like...
I was hoping for some like dark, gritty DC level shit.
Yeah, well, and sometimes you get that with DC, and sometimes you do not.
Balls. I
Like
feel
a Dark Horse, is that what they're called? That do all the
Dark Horse comics.
Dark Horse
Ugh.
Transformers. I'd like to see that.
I would.
Yeah,
I'd read
I'm
the
sure
shit
there's
out
some.
of that.
I'm sure there is some of that.
Yeah.
Let's do some digging outside.
I would fucking swan dive.
I do actually have a Transformers comic.
Ooh.
That is like you have to wear 3D, the blue and red 3D glasses to read it.
Oh my god!
Like, otherwise, it's just
fuzzy.
hurt your eyes
Yeah.
to look at.
Oh.
You know, hurt your eyes even with those glasses on.
Yeah, they
but you
do.
can kinda read
Jesus,
it.
you kind of have to still go cross-eyed a little bit.
Yeah.
To really. Yeah. Fuck.
It's a collector's item. When it was given to me as from a collector.
Oh, that's
so,
cool.
Yeah, it's definitely not for actually reading.
Right. Yeah,
but
no,
I'm
that's
the
fair.
kind of guy that I'm terrible at collecting. I want
I want to
to
experience. the
use
thing. Yeah.
whatever you give me. I'm gonna open the box. I'm gonna like.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. I don't really collect anything anymore. Unless you account for like traumatic relationships.
I collect a bit. I collect vinyl and
Yeah.
you know, I would really love to build up a DS collection. That would be a sweet one to have.
That would be kind of cool. I've been if you see over here, I've sort of half hung this, and by hung I just mean like there were some commands like hooks on the wall, and I just
You
set
set
it on
it on
that.
top. Yes.
But I got this little stormtrooper painting canvas thing from Hobby Lobby.
Are you gonna start collecting Hobby Lobby art?
No, that was I did not go there seeking this. It was a happy surprise.
Those are fun.
For sure.
Those are fun. That's the cool thing about collecting things.
Yeah.
Is the fun surprise of
I
like
feel
when
like,
you're out
I feel
shopping.
like you gotta go out. Yeah, that's the thing. Go out shopping.
I
Not my
enjoy
cuppa.
doing that. Yeah, I do enjoy doing that. I always have.
Sometimes on a rare flame, but not super often.
So I like to go shopping by myself.
Nah.
Go into a thrift store and just go find the books and CDs racks, and you just stand there for hours, just digging
Scanning.
through them. Yeah.
Yeah. If then like, I hate the bustle. So I guess when I think shopping, I think of Walmart at peak times.
Right. That's not what I'm thinking of.
Fuck. Yeah. But hitting up like a local spot like that or something, little cozy little atmosphere. Yeah, that's some good
Or
shit.
if you were to live in like a place where weed was legal and you,
Just buzz down
yep,
and then buzz
you,
down.
and then put your headphones on and go, and you've got your list already written out, and you just got music playing, and
That's
you're
also
walking
a key
through.
point.
I used to love that shit when we lived in Colorado. That was
That does sound fun.
yeah. Like, and you go late at night, so there's not going to be
Oh hell
really anyone
yeah.
there. Everyone else that's there is chilling, trying to avoid everyone else.
Yeah, that's fair. No, okay, so I will say that comic spot that I went to, comic book shop, it wasn't in Boston. It was outside Boston. What's the witch town? Salem.
Salem,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was in Salem. Or fuck, was it? I think so. Pretty sure it was either in Salem or just outside. Fucking awesome, dude. One of the biggest concentrated collections of everything I've ever seen in my life. Because you'd sent me that, like, what I thought at least was a super secure, holy shit, what's the term?
Legit.
No, rare, infrequent.
Super.
Yeah, holy shit, I can't think of the term. And now all I can think of is secure. It's the only S word I know.
It's an S word, I take it.
I'm pretty sure, I'm confident in this origin
Sacred?
of the word. No. Oh, it'll come to me, and it'll come
Sure.
to me the second we hit the stop button.
Yeah.
Some secluded? Nah. Okay, I'm gonna stop trying. Just unheard of title. Obscure. Holy shit.
So, yeah,
Not an S word at all. That's why I was so confused. Yeah, I thought it was some obscure title, and sure shit, did they had them? Well, I don't think they had, or maybe there wasn't just a new one out. I don't remember.
I don't remember what I had
But they
said.
had like all of the shit, just not what you specifically needed. I think.
Was it Saga?
I think it was Saga.
Maybe that's also where you got the S from, is because the comic you were looking for started with an S.
Fuck, dude. Maybe I don't know, dude. Either way, I got there. I feel like I embarrassed myself a little bit, but then I also redeemed myself. And honestly, I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm happy with that.
I would like you to know that that is not a rare comic.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, that's
Again,
written by-
very unplugged.
One of like and I know you're not in
Yeah.
the graphic novel world, but it's made by two of the biggest names.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not at all.
Yeah, no,
like,
I don't think it's rare.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think it's
okay.
one that I have the omnibus for the volume 1 through 9 or 8, I think it is.
Shit. That's a
I'll
big
lend it
one.
to you, man. It is.
Yeah, is it good?
It is one of the most accessible series.
Huh.
I would really recommend it as a way to get into graphic novels for people that don't like graphic novels.
See, and I do love graphic novels.
Okay, then you really are gonna enjoy it.
Okay,
It's just an amazing story. I can't wait to see where it keeps going because it's not done yet. That's not just like the
Sure.
it's still going.
Well,
And
I mean, like, I love
that was the one I was having you seek out was volume 9, I think.
That sounds about right.
It's-
Because I think I also found the omnibus and all of the individual releases. But yeah,
Yeah, I need to remember to give you that to you because I want you to read that. That's gonna be a treat for me.
it will have to wait because I have promised so many books, as you are well aware.
Yeah, you
that
still have one.
Yeah, so I am working through them. I have it. I have an order. I gotta finish. Oh, it's right. Oh, this one right here, Juggling Elephants. Because I've got 2 books from Corey, and I just started that one last week, and it's a short read, so I gotta literally just sit down with it one more time, and I'll be done with it. But
the only reading I've really been getting done has been reading. We've started reading a series of books for Ren's bedtime.
Oh yeah,
and they were books that were gifted to me when I was in like 5th or 6th grade, and I never read them, and now I'm reading them. I'm like, man, I wish I would have read this back then because they're fun books. They're interesting.
That's cool.
But as an adult, there are words where I'm like, Morgan, how do you say this word?
Shit.
I am just not the most educated guy, but B, there's some words where it's like I don't think I would know this.
Ooh, I'm gonna need to fucking bust out some phonics for this one.
So, it's called The Dark is Rising sequence. That's the sequence. Sequence is like a series of books, but it's called The Dark is Rising, and it's I've been reading it right, and just started the 2nd book, and we're trying to figure out because they haven't really given you in the 1st book at all. They've given you references to kind of give you an idea of what time it's based in.
Okay.
And same as starting for the 2nd book, but you can tell they're different times, right, between the 1st book and the 2nd book.
Okay.
Different characters. So I'm curious to see how this all ties in. But it also created the curiosity of when were these books written? And it was like 1970s or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's wild. That makes a lot more sense. Just the use of language that I'm not recognizing, not necessarily like a big word or something, but just like I don't fucking know that word, so I don't know how to pronounce it.
People don't really use this word very much anymore.
Yeah, it's written in the 70s.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's my main reading I've been getting done.
Interesting.
Young adult. Young adult's fun to read though. Sometimes it's nice because I went from reading like nonfiction about the brain or David Foster Wallace, which is just like heavy to digest.
Yeah.
Just all these books that were a lot to read, and then going to reading this is like, this is nice.
Ooh,
I can picture all this in my head. There's a little,
walk.
When you're a kid and you have those movies playing in your head when you're reading a book and you don't even realize that you're reading it.
Yeah.
Turns out that still happens. Just read easier books.
Yeah, no shit. And dude, I will say like, no, because I'm also very actively trying to get back into reading. It's just never been something that I've kept up with in my adult life, and I miss it a lot. And I just. I don't know, just like knowing that I don't do much reading, like leisure reading, for any reason. Honestly, I don't give a fuck what I'm reading, as long as it's not like a tech manual or like something like that. That's just for like pointed information.
Reading.
Yeah. I want a long form. That's what I'm trying to get through. Just dedicate the time to sit down, shut off, and read.
You feel so good after you.
Dude, it's so calming, it's so relaxing, and like to effectively read and retain and to follow, you have to shut off, and that's really hard, especially considering that my primary means of like relaxation, entertainment is extreme short form, like TikTok. Whoa, I have the attention span of like a half dead locust. Like it's pretty bad. So that's been a struggle, but I've been really enjoying it. And like I feel like I get that reader's high, you know, when you just get into that flow state.
Yes.
When you're just, like you said, you've got this, you're drawing it all in your head and you're not even aware that you're reading and you're cruising through these pages. And then you're like, oh, it's been like 40 minutes and I've chunked a bit of this book and like shit's just been popping.
And then you're addicted.
Yeah, and then you're hooked and like, damn, I just want to get back and read some more of that book. Yeah, get back into it and just keep going. Yeah. I really enjoy that.
I definitely had that feeling for the last book that we read for our book club. That was your choice. That was The Hollow Places.
The Hollow Places. What a like if it wasn't like I would describe it as a light read. The subject matter wasn't overtly heavy, but it was such a conflicting read.
I would not call it a light read.
What's like a dissonant read?
I don't know what you mean.
Dissonance, like in music, where you have dissonant sounds, so they don't harmonize.
Sure. Yeah, right.
The opposite of jazz has a lot of dissonance, right?
Yeah, I could see that
because like the writing itself it felt simple, digestible, sure, and like while the descriptions and depictions were simple but pointed and vivid, but like still like kind of concise. I never felt like I was just reading descriptions, right? And I really appreciated that because there's a subtle art to crafting your words to very like briefly and with the fewest possible or the simplest of adjectives paint a very complex picture. And I loved that. Like the mental images I had throughout that book were very airy and brushstrokey, but still in like massive intent, very moody. It was cool. It was a fun read.
It was just such it's just such a pull you in story, and that once you got into that flow and you get halfway into that book, you're not gonna want to stop.
No, yeah, shit just starts getting weird enough that you're like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know why that just came into my mind the other day, but it did, and I could not stop. I was working even. I have no idea what possibly brought that book into my brain. I know something made me think of the character that was from the south that went in through the Kuzcud.
Oh, shit.
What do you call that?
San Shrummer. It was an S something again. God damn those S words. The guy's name.
Savantis something. It was Savant. It was Savantes something.
Sauvignon.
It was like a southern like bayou.
The guy that got turned inside out.
He was like in the water.
Yeah, spoilers.
Sorry, yeah.
God, yeah, that was
that dude, he just for whatever reason he got his fucking roots into my brain, and then I was at work and I just couldn't
image
stop
to recall
about all the disturbing shit in that book. Yeah,
but even then it wasn't like not a scary book, just very tense and mystic, and it just really preyed heavily on the dark corners that you don't have images to draw from, and it's just very unsettling. It was cool.
This is a DS podcast.
This is a DS podcast where we talk about everything but the DS.
Yeah.
Anyway, good book. Shout out that book and whatever the author's name.
Yeah. Also, good game. You might think by how little we talked about it, it's not a good game, but that was a good game. It's a fun game. They give you a reason to go explore around.
It was fun to do. When I got that one car, I just drove around for like an hour.
The annoyance is that the missions are so hard sometimes.
They can be.
And it's just because of how short the game was. They're trying to lengthen the experience by having to do it over and over.
The combat is simple, but it is rather punishing and can be quite difficult.
Especially with the clunkiness of the tank controls when you have like Starscream flying in and it's fucking
just jet bombing you and shit. Yeah. I would agree with you. Like audio was pretty fucking decent. Like the getting all the actors in there for the voiceovers was sick.
Yeah, honestly, when I was playing it, I thought initially that my main complaint would probably be the sound. Because it's not really music, and there's, I don't know, there is music, it's just not worth writing home about. And then it came to the voice acting, and it's like,
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I would give this game Good marks.
Good marks.
It was entertaining and it was fun, and I would agree that it was a bit of a gem.
3.5 Allsparks out of 5.
Yeah. I think that's honestly the same score that Metacritic gave it.
Yeah, it's a good game. I feel like that's saying almost like it's too average, because I do think it's above average compared to what they definitely could have done.
Sure.
Versus, what was you see other movie tie-in games going on the DS. And this was above and beyond.
Well, absolutely. I absolutely had just the worst expectations for this game, if I'm being totally honest. Or rather, just lack thereof. I really wasn't expecting much at all.
We should probably spin the wheel for our next game.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. And, this is the first time in a long time we forgot to do that before we started.
It is. And it is also our birthday episode,
I was kind of thinking we cheat it and just say, haha, it was our design the whole time. It'll be a surprise what we do next time, but it will be special. Or we could just, do the spin the wheel thing and then talk about it right now too.
Or you could, I was going to say,
or we just pick one.
Do we want to just pick one? After much deliberation, debate,
decisions, distractions.
A lot of distractions.
A few distractions.
We have come to a decision, and our birthday episode, I think, is very suiting for a Nintendo DS podcast. When I think of the DS, when other people think of the DS, they think of Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I'm pumped. I really enjoyed Layton, and I know we talked about that same just core memory. When you think of DS, you think of a set of titles. And I've been wanting to play a Phoenix Wright game, so.
Yeah, I think I've barely played one in the past. And I didn't have the patience at the time.
That's fair.
So now I'm very excited to go back to it and
I am
really
too.
Get to experience
I wanted
it.
another, slow plot, which is funny because we were just bitching about how I don't want to sit and read a bunch of shit. Until I remembered that this game exists, and I was like, well... But maybe I could do some reading.
We were just talking about reading. This is perfect.
Well, I scrolled through and saw Hotel Dusk, and then I saw Professor Layton, and I was like, oh, but I would go back and play one of those games again. I liked those, and we haven't done something slow and methodical like that.
Yeah,
that's a known banger, if you will.
Absolutely.
So I'm pumped.
A slow burn.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched it's the Birdman Attorney at Law. It was the Adult Swim.
I was gonna say, is it Adult Swim?
Yeah, I always the same.
I always thought they were the same thing as a kid. I didn't know that there was a difference between them.
Between Phoenix Wright and
I thought they were this. Yeah, yeah, dude. I didn't know. I'd never seen either one.
I think, and I haven't really played any of the games. I've seen footage. It's been memed a bunch, right? That's a lot of what I think of is this game, the objection and that being used in memes. So, I lost my train of thought.
You're excited?
Yeah,
me too.
That's not what I was saying, though.
No, sorry, steamrolled you. The memes. That's how you remember it. Otherwise, you don't know very much.
Oh, but I've seen Birdman Attorney at Law a bit, and it is fucking crazy. It's that
Isn't he a superhero kind of thing?
Yeah, he is, but he's also now just an attorney at law. It's a weird Adult Swim kind of crack vibes TV show.
Sure.
And
I always think of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and that shit was unhinged.
Same thing. Yep.
Or Squidbillies or whatever.
Yep. Exactly.
Weird
that
shit.
Same, weird shit kind of deal. This one's among all those more on the norm because it has a through line.
Okay, yeah, sure.
But not that much more.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's what I'm really hoping this game is. I hope this game has some heavy crack vibes to it.
It'll be interesting. I don't quite know what to expect. I'm expecting law, and I'm expecting courtroom, and
investigation.
Some investigation, perhaps. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens.
I'm ready to put on my detective hat.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right, cool. Well, catch us next 2 weeks for the birthday episode, anniversary episode, whatever the fuck.
I'm already smoking cigarettes.
This would have been a
There's
jazz
music playing.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, full
Yeah.
investigative mode.
Yeah, I'm drinking my whiskey without rocks.
Do they do that in this one? I thought it was more like anime shit.
I don't care.
Oh, fair enough, dude. Put your fucking fedora
I'm
on,
an
get your trench
investigator.
coat, hit that London fog jacket.
I wish I knew some 1920s slang I could
Yeah,
You know,
anything I say
catch you
is
on the
gonna
riddle
be-
rattle.
The riddle rattle. Yeah, get you on
The humpty
the
duck.
flapjack. I don't fucking know. It's just two guys. See you next time.
Just two guys.